Hi everyone, back again with a little informational video for you to hopefully take some tips and tools back with you to improve, enhance, repair, nourish yourselves, enhance your relationships, enhance your health. And today I wanted to talk about actually relationships and specifically girl time. And I'm 50, but I still have girl time. And I'm going to tell you a little story. So it's not that I'm being dramatic. It's not that exciting. I mean, it is, but it's not that dramatic. So I was with my girlfriends 2 weekends ago in Albuquerque in northern New Mexico. If you don't know Albuquerque, it's the home of Georgia O'Keeffe, the amazing painter, artist, and she created this ranch up in Albuquerque, and the scenery is just fabulous. It's kind of magical, actually. And so they've been having this music festival for the past few years. 2 years ago it was the Indigo Girls, which I missed because I'd broken my arm. Last year we got to see Rising Appalachia, plus like tons of other artists. And then this year was Vance Joy, who's actually one of my favorite music artists. He really got me through that really tough time a few years ago. His music did. I don't know him personally, but he was fabulous. And so we've gone up with my girlfriends the last 2 years. We get an Airbnb, we spend a couple nights, everybody brings food, and we literally like lay on the bed and giggle and talk and stay up late and probably drink way too much at night and go walking and are in our pajamas half the day until we have to get ready. And then I just started kind of wearing makeup a couple years ago, so this is kind of new for me. But one of our friends, she knows all about makeup, so she had everybody do face masks, which I didn't do because I was still, I wasn't doing that. But it was just so fun and so nourishing, and I only got to be there for a little over 24 hours. But every time I have these weekend events with my girlfriends, I feel so happy. My heart fills up. I feel rejuvenated. You know, do y'all have that where you're like just doing your daily grind, right? Like going to work 5 days a week or whatever, however many work days you have. You're on the weekends, you're getting your errands done. Maybe you get to do one or two fun things. Maybe you get to go to the farmer's market or the brunch or something. Then you start doing laundry and you get everything cleaned up from last week only to get ready for next week's list of chores. And the whole thing just goes in the cycle week after week. And we even discussed this while we were up there. Someone was like, yeah, it was really hard getting out of the house. I kind of didn't want to go. And I was like, yeah, me too. Like I was like trying to imagine myself, can I just stay home? And I want to sleep in my own bed because we're 50 and none of us really want to sleep in someone else's bed. And we both said we were so grateful that we ended up going. And it's like this every time. So do you have something like this? Do you have places where you I know I've been talking about this a lot lately, but I just feel like it's so important to take a little, even if it's a staycation, just something to get us out of our regular normal routine. And while routine is great and it creates a sense of safety and stability and we get things done, on another level, it's really important to break that and get out of that everyday, it's drudgery, basically, like the everyday drudgery. And while, like, I love my daily life, like I love my getting up, I love doing my yoga, my meditation, I love making my shake and going walking and doing my Duolingo every day. Like those are all things that keep me moving in the trajectory I want to go. And then it's also nice to have that little time, and especially with your girlfriends. And if you're a guy watching this, which I don't usually hear from a lot of guys, they're watching these videos, but if you're a guy, I would love to hear, do you have a guy's weekend? Because I think that's really important. My husband had a guy friend of his come up and they went biking and they went snowshoeing and they went out in the hot tub and did the cold plunge, and we went to some like comedy night in one of the breweries around town. Wasn't that great, but it was still just something different, enjoyable. So if you're a guy watching this, let me know. Put it in the comments below. Do you do a guy's weekend, and what do you do? Because that's important. So I would love to know that. And for the ladies out there, are you getting away with your girlfriends, even if it's like just a lunch date on the weekend? Or can you go walking together? Can you go walking and go out to lunch? I'm going to see if my friend wants to go to the fermentation festival with me because she gave me her gluten-free sourdough starter. So I'm going to see if we can have a little girls half weekend. So the reason I'm bringing this up, because I think part of our mental health, but also, again, always mental health equals physical health, right? Mental, emotional, spiritual. It's all tied into one. And when you follow my videos, if you look at my YouTube channel, everything's kind of all over the place. And that's because I haven't found like a certain niche. Like I know a lot of people were like, oh, you need to get your niche and that needs to be your messaging. but it's all a message, right? Because I feel like life in general is just, when I'm working in my office with patients, we're talking about mind, body, and spirit all the time. So what you eat, what you feed your brain, what you feed your spirit, and having really good relationships, and those people where you can just be completely vulnerable with, those people you can be transparent. You can say the thing that's not PC. You can do the thing that, other people might not forgive you for, but you have grace and that forgiveness in those relationships. Those are the people you really want to focus on. And I've done plenty of other videos about relationships, so you can definitely go back and watch those as well. But this one, I feel like I wanted to really hone in on the girl time, because I love that. And so that segues into, I am doing my first live teaching I've done since the pandemic. My life has changed up so much, which I promise you I will talk to you about that in some video, but that's going to take some, I'm thinking on it, how I want to talk about how my life has changed so much. Our life has changed in the past 4 years, because if you've been following me for a while, I look a little different than I did 4 or 5 years ago. So this is my first in-person teaching that I'm doing in my office, and I only have spots for 8 people, and that might even be a little squishy, so whoever comes, just be okay with getting close to people, and we're going to have a great time. We're going to work, again, all these different facets that I love talking about as far as health goes. So mind, body, spirit. We're going to be doing some really easy, gentle yoga. We're going to be doing some stretching. We're going to have a few different kinds of meditations, because I want to introduce you to some of the things that I've been working on over the past few years that have been really, really helpful for me. And we're going to break those down to make them really small segments. I'm not giving you the whole everything, but we're going to go into the mindset with a lot of these things, and the neurology, and how your neurology affects your physiology and your physical state. So we're going to be talking about all of this. We only have 4.5 hours, so it's going to be a lot, but I wanted to start small and just kind of get my feet wet, build this muscle up again, and start taking a pulse on what do people want to know, like what's interesting for you. But and I wanted this to be all women too. We'll do a guys one at some point. I will do an online one, so those of you who can't make it to Albuquerque, I will have an online one available. I'll start working on that and then have that available. We'll do some live classes with that also. But right now, this is my online one, and I'm going to be building up into, I want to do retreats starting probably next fall. And I'm hoping at my friend's place in Mexico, but we'll see what else comes up between now and then, see what kind of magic kind of happens. So we're starting with this, and then I promise you we'll start doing some online classes starting in January. I'm getting that lined up for you. If you have things that you want to learn about, if you want to do some deep dives into thyroid health, adrenal health, anxiety, gut health, fatigue, let me know. Put it in the comments below, or shoot me an email, and I'll get back with you on that. So that is my message for now. If you could make it, come join me November 9th, 2024, if this message is later. And if you're in person, we're going to make this really cozy, fun. I'm going to have workbooks for everybody. It's not workbooks, fun books. I want to call it a fun book that we'll have for everyone, for journaling, for prompts, for thoughts, things you want to take home with you. So I'm really looking forward to this. I love teaching. This is kind of where my superpowers lie. I love bringing people together. I love community. I love sharing, and you guys share with me as much as, I learn so much from all of you too. So I really look forward to having this time together, just getting that teaching going, and the loss of community I've felt over the past few years. I know a lot of other people are feeling it too. So I know a lot of us are gearing up for that again. So come if you can, it'll be great. And if you can't come, let me know if you're interested in an online class, so I make sure I'm doing that and putting my energy into something that feels good for other people too. Okay, thanks for tuning in. If you made it this far, again, thank you so much. I adore you for hanging in there with me and appreciating being on my crazy ride with me. Okay, bye.